So Michael Chandler basically did the opposite of Nate Diaz. Nate Diaz, when he called out McGregor, he insulted him. He's like, man, you're taking everything I worked for. I'm the big fight. I'm the big money. You know what I mean? Basically talking trash to McGregor. And so when I heard this article about Michael Chandler, or this interview, and him saying, oh, McGregor, he deserves to take as much time off as he needs. He deserves it. He's done so much for the sport. He can take as much time off as he wants. And I don't know if that was just like him being a nice guy, because he is a nice guy, but to me it almost seems like he's trying to be the nice guy so he can actually get the fight with Conor McGregor. Like Conor McGregor, when he comes back, is going to be like, oh, who am I going to pick to fight? Maybe I should fight the guy that was really nice and said that I deserve to take as much time off as I need. You know what I mean? Like I don't know. I don't think that works really. I don't think that's the way it's going to happen. Like I said, maybe that's not Michael Chandler's intention, but that's what I got from it when I heard, the interview or the article talking about him saying that. It's like people, they're trying to call out these people, and these big stars, and they're trying to do all these different things. Like apparently a freaking recently cut UFC fighter has now called out Jake Paul. It's like, dude, you were just cut. Like, you know what? I didn't even look at the article. I don't know who it was, but it's like you just got cut from the UFC, and you think Jake Paul is gonna want to fight you? Like Jake Paul wants to fight big name people who have tons of fans. Like it's not worth it to him to just fight somebody that nobody wants to see. He wants to fight the biggest names that he can. And so, like, I don't know, maybe they're just trying to like throw a Hail Mary, hit the lottery, like, oh, well, it won't hurt to, call Jake Paul out. I might as well just try it. So these people, they get a platform because they recently got released, and it's like, okay, then people are talking to them, they're having interviews. They're like, oh yeah, well, I'm gonna call out Jake Paul, even though never in a million years would he take the fight, because, like I said, he wants big name fights. But yeah, everybody's trying to call out McGregor. I don't even think McGregor should even come back. Like he already like left and came back, and like every time, whether boxing, MMA, it's like these fighters, like they leave at the top. They're like, oh yeah, that, like, man, my career was great, blah blah blah, and then they're like, oh, I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna come back and do the same thing I did. And most of the time, the only thing that ever happens is their career takes a freaking nosedive because they get beat. It's like you leave on the top. You should just leave it at that. Like, boom, I'm done. No more ever again. Because all you're doing is just screwing yourself over. People are going to be like, oh, he was great. He was a great fighter. And then, he ended on a sour note. So, yeah, I don't think McGregor should come back. Like I said, when he did come back the first time, he's got like three losses in a row. It's like, dude, you got all your money. You don't have the motivation. It's like you're not the same person. You freaking party all the time. It's a completely different animal. If you watch some of Conor McGregor's early fights, he's like a freaking live wire, a freaking electrical wire, just ready to freaking shock anybody. If you watch him fight, that's the way he was. He was like this freaking live wire, like no belly, no gut, no partying, no nothing. He was his body and his mind were just freaking bulletproof. That's how people they get bulletproof when they have that mindset, and their body they don't party, they don't do anything. They're like bulletproof. But they keep the same mindset after they've partied all kinds, and they just they have so much money. It's like, who cares if I train, blah blah blah. It's like they don't have that same mindset. So I don't think it's a good idea that he even comes back. Like, I think it's such a bad idea if he comes back. And people were saying like, oh, Khabib, I wonder if he'll come back. Oh, I wonder if Khabib is not going to come back. Khabib won. He promised his dad he wouldn't fight anymore, and he promised his mom that he wouldn't fight anymore as well. So yeah, I don't think he's going to go back on his word. Two, he doesn't even look like he's in shape. Like, I'm sure he still works out a lot, but he doesn't look like the shape that he was in prior to leaving the sport. So, and three, he left on top. He don't want to come back and blemish his record. He don't want to come back and like, oh, people are gonna see him like, oh, undefeated, the only undefeated MMA star ever. You know what I mean? That's how people are gonna see him through the rest of time. And people, oh, maybe he'll come back. Why? So he can lose his record and like lose that invincibility like that for all time, that people will see him like that. I don't think it's a good idea. I don't think he's going to do it. Conor McGregor, he'll probably come back. I don't think he should, but he probably will. And yeah, Michael Chandler, I just thought it was funny. He's like trying to be this nice guy, like, oh, Conor McGregor deserves to take as much time as he needs. Like, he deserves it after everything he's done. Like, come on, dude. It's so obvious. You're just like, I mean, in my eyes, I don't know. Maybe you're just doing it out of the kindness of your heart and there's no intention behind it. But to me, it looks like it's, he's trying to, like, butter up the cupcake, I guess, as you would say. So that when McConnor, when McGregor does come back, he'll be like, I'm going to go with the guy who said I deserve to take as much time off as I needed. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. Do you think Chandler just like trying to be the nice guy because he thinks Connor's gonna pick him, or do you think he's just being a nice guy? I don't know. I could be wrong. Anyway, let me know what you think. Thanks for watching. Take care. See you next time. Peace.